Hi everyone, thank you for following Eclectic Studios. My name is Cristy, short for Christina. I just want to say thank you to all of our followers that we had already for staying even though we hadn't posted any videos in over a year. I deleted the one that we did have because we never finished that challenge and we never actually committed to the challenge. So we never updated you guys and it was just kind of a weird video to have. And I just wanted to say thank you to all our new subscribers for subscribing recently. I do know that I met most of you guys on Keto for Beginners on Facebook, and I'm excited that you guys are here. Today I am talking about keto. This is going to be a channel for different topics, such as CJ is going to do video games, music. I want to do reptile care and keto. He might pop into my videos once in a while, and I might pop into his videos. He is doing keto as well as me, but he's just not as passionate. I mean, I literally tell everyone I meet about keto. Everyone. I used to work at a retail store and I would tell customers about it. So I just thought it'd be a great idea if I just made YouTube videos because I could share everything with you guys. But I did want to start out by saying thank you to everyone, and I'm so sorry if I keep looking this way instead of that way at the camera because it's just really distracting. So I might just be looking this way the whole time. I need to fix that. But I will try to look at the camera. So I did want to start off by saying I am not a dietitian or an expert. I am simply someone who started this lifestyle change a few months ago. As you can tell, I'm still not at my goal weight. I will post before and after pictures from when I started to now because I have made a lot of progress. In this video, I'm just going to explain how I started everything, why I started it, what is keto, what I eat, and stuff of that nature. I did want to start off by saying I'm 22 and I'm 5 feet tall, and I started this on June 22nd at 199 pounds. The reason why I started is because when I was 199 pounds, I was absolutely ashamed of myself. I mean, I physically looked ashamed. I was depressed, I was fatiguish, I was bloated, I felt gross, and I had never wanted to get to 200 pounds. That was my big no-no. So when I was at 150, 160, 170, and whatnot, I had always said I don't want to be 200 pounds. I don't want to be 200 pounds. And I'm not meaning that offensively to anyone. There's nothing wrong with being 200 pounds. But for my height, I should be 100 pounds technically. And I was about to be double that. And I didn't want to. I just knew that if I went to 200 pounds, it would be a downward spiral from there. I feel like I wouldn't have wanted to lose weight. I wouldn't have wanted to change my lifestyle. I would have just given up at that point. So I'm glad that I did start doing keto at 199 pounds. I started on June 22nd because Father's Day was June 21st, and my aunt and I were actually talking with my grandma and my mom, and we were just talking about weight and how I wanted to lose weight, how they wanted to lose weight. So my aunt starts telling us about keto, which is pretty much just paying attention to how many carbs you eat, and that's pretty much all it is. You just pay attention to how many carbs you eat, which seemed very appealing to me because I don't care for bread, I don't care for rice, I don't care for sweets of like the bready nature kind of sweets. So I thought this is something I can really do. And I am so glad I started it, and I recommend it to everyone. So if you're new to keto, it is a little difficult at first, especially if you do like bread-like products. But don't be scared. There is a lot of replacements, and I am going to show some of those replacements later on. I don't know if I'm going to include a grocery haul in this video or if I'm going to do it in a separate video because this video might get too long because I do tend to talk a lot. So I started on June 22nd, the Monday right after Father's Day, and I just threw myself into it. Like I said, I was 199 pounds. I did not want to get to 200, so I started immediately, especially after Father's Day where we ate a lot. So in the beginning, I was losing weight very fast. I lost around 10 to 15 pounds in the first 2 weeks, And in that Facebook group, Keto for Beginners, I was seeing that a lot of people do lose weight rapidly. And I was like, whoa, like I'm just going to be one of those people who loses weight really fast. That's pretty cool. And I got pretty happy about that. But I did start reading that it's pretty unhealthy and you might have like loose skin if you do that. So I was getting kind of worried. I was happy but worried. I mean, I wasn't upset either way. It's just worrisome. So after those first 2 weeks, I stopped losing weight so fast, and I kind of feel like I hit a plateau. And I was upset because I was like, I've been losing weight so fast and I'm doing so good, like what's going on? Well, apparently it was just all water weight. So after my first cheat day, I did gain a lot of water weight back, but I did lose it again. It's been 9 weeks. I don't know if I mentioned that already. It's been 9 weeks since I started it. So in the first 2 weeks, I lost a lot of water weight, gained it back after a cheat day, and now I'm kind of averaging at 3 pounds lost a week, which is not bad. That's pretty healthy. Like I said, I'm not a dietitian or an expert on this at all, but that is a pretty healthy weight loss range I read on Google. So far, 9 weeks in, I've lost 27 pounds. And this morning I weighed 172.4, which I'm really happy about because I'm almost in the 160s. And that's how I kind of look at it. Like when I was 199 and then I got to like 192, I was like, oh, I'm almost in the 180s. And it keeps motivating me to keep going. I'm like, I'm almost there. Like it is going so well. So there is sometimes where I lose like 5 or 6 pounds and then the next day I gain like 2 pounds or something. So it's like kind of like a roller coaster, but it's not bad because you are slowly losing it. I think whenever I gain weight, it's water weight, and whenever I'm losing weight, I'm losing actual fat. So whenever I lose like 5 or 6 pounds, I know I'm going to gain 2 or 3 of those pounds back because I'm just not losing actual fat. So my goal weight is 130 pounds. The last time I was 130 pounds, I was in high school, and that's the lowest I got when I was in high school. I was working out every day, but then I unfortunately broke my foot. So I stopped working out, got in a relationship, gained all this weight, got into another relationship, gained more weight. So yeah, that's where I ended up at 199 pounds, but we're going back down. My goal weight is 130. I might reconsider once I'm at 130 because I was never really skinny, but that is a goal I want to hit again because that is what I remember me being at my happiest. I was still self-conscious, and that is something I worry about because when I was 130, I didn't feel like I was skinny. So I'm just hoping I don't overstress myself, but we'll reconsider once I'm at 130. I'll get the opinion of my family and friends to see what I should do, if I should keep going or just maintain my weight there. But I do just want to let you guys know that keto is a lifestyle. It is not something that once you get to your goal weight, you just go back to eating how you used to. And I know that sounds scary. It sounds horrifying. But honestly, you don't want to go back to how you were eating. Whenever I have a cheat day, which is once every 2 weeks or twice a month, I feel horrible. I feel like I used to. I feel bloated. I feel fatigued. I feel depressed. I feel just bleh. And I hate that feeling. When I started keto, what I mostly noticed is I was waking up earlier naturally. I was happier. I wasn't as bloated anymore. I didn't feel tired all the time. I only eat when I'm hungry instead of all day long. And so what I do in my keto journey, I know a lot of people pay attention to macros and micros and calories and all of this, but what my aunt told me on Father's Day is to just stay under 15 net carbs. I have done more research, and technically for me I should be staying under 17 net carbs, but I noticed that when I changed it to 17 from 15, I was just plateaued. I wasn't losing any weight. So I played around with it a lot, and I stay under 15 net carbs most days, or actually every day. Sometimes I have a hard time actually getting to the 15, honestly, just because I eat a lot of proteins and then my vegetables aren't very high in carbs. But I will show you guys what I eat later on. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be in this video or if I include in a different video, a grocery haul. But I do stay under 15 net carbs. And I also do intermittent fasting, IF. So what intermittent fasting is, it's a window of time where you can eat. So I eat between 4 p.m. and midnight, which is not good because I shouldn't be eating so late. I do sleep at 2 a.m., which kind of makes up for it. But I do want to raise that time a little bit because I know I shouldn't be eating so late in the day. It's just harder for me to eat in the morning. I don't wake up hungry. I don't wake up wanting to eat. I know a lot of people love breakfast and I just can't do it. I start getting hungry around dinner time for most people. I used to eat from 6 to 12, but I did start working and I couldn't take my break that late, so I started eating my break at 4. That's when I would eat my breakfast, or for me it felt like lunch. And then after that meal, I eat 1 meal a day. So I just eat my lunch or dinner or or whatever you want to call it. And then I snack throughout the rest of the day. I do want to explain a little more what net carbs are, because earlier I said I stay under 15 net carbs, not just regular carbs, net carbs. So you are eating more carbs than you think. We're calculating net carbs. So what net carbs are is you get the total amount of carbs in a food, and you subtract the fiber, and you subtract the sugar alcohols. And this is something that wasn't explained to me in the beginning, so I knew that I had to do that. I knew the basic layout, and I knew I had to stay under 15 net carbs. What I didn't know is that a lot of things don't just say sugar alcohols. Rebel ice cream and a lot of keto-friendly ice cream say sugar alcohols, just straight up sugar alcohols. You just take the total carbs, subtract the dietary fiber, and then you subtract the sugar alcohols, which was really easy. Well, come to find out, there are different types of sugar alcohols that I could be looking for in my foods to subtract. For example, I did bring my Lily's chocolate with me today. This is 0 net carbs, and it might be hard to believe because it is chocolate, but it's sweetened by stevia. I know this might be backwards for you guys, but it's sweetened by stevia, semi-sweet style of baking chips by Lily's. Lily's I found to be the best low-carb chocolate chips and chocolate bars. It is a little pricier, but we'll get into that later on today or another day. But you can see here, it says, like I said, it might be backwards for you guys, but it's total carbs, 8, and then it says dietary fiber, 5, and then erythritol, 3. Erythritol is a type of sugar alcohol. So if you do 5 plus 3, it's 8. Subtract that from the 8 total carbohydrates, and this ends up being 0 net carbs. So if you really wanted to, you can eat this whole bag and not feel guilty. Only that I won't. I do get full pretty fast. I mean, I have tried to eat the whole bag before. I'm not going to lie, but I get full pretty fast. That is something I noticed from doing keto and intermittent fasting. I get full really fast, and I don't eat as big proportions as I used to. Even when I try, like on my cheat days and such, I try to eat a lot and just pack in everything that I've been wanting to eat that I can't on a regular basis on keto, and it just doesn't, I can't. Like, I feel sick after a few snacks. So that's what net carbs are. In the beginning, when I first started this on June 22nd, I used Carb Manager. Carb Manager helps you so much. After a month I stopped using it, but in the beginning it helps you so much because you just log everything that you've eaten, and it tells you how many net carbs you've had, tells you how much fiber's in it, how many actual carbs you've had, and the calories. It just lets you know all of the information, really easy peasy. I used to use it the first month of me doing keto, like I said. If you guys would like, I can start using it again and link down the account below so you guys can follow me, and I'll start tracking everything so you guys can see what I eat on a daily basis. Like I said, I don't do it anymore just because I kind of got a feel for what I can and can't eat. And I want to go back to sugar alcohols before I completely forget to mention what sugar alcohols are. So sugar alcohols, there's two different types of sugar alcohols. One, your body can fully digest without a problem, and you can subtract all of the amount of sugar alcohols, just like the erythritol in the Lily's chocolate was 3. I can take off all 3. There is another type of sugar alcohol that your body just can't process completely, so you can only subtract half of those. So the ones that you can fully subtract are erythritol, xylitol, mannitol, and lactitol. Those are the ones that you completely subtract from the total carbs. The ones that you can only partially subtract from the total carbs are maltitol, sorbitol, isomalt, and glycerin. I know I'm probably butchering how those are said or supposed to say. Like I said, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not an expert, so I didn't go to school for this. I don't know how to say it properly, but I do know those are, you can only take half of off. I usually try only to take a third of those off if I ever come to that, just because I want to be on the safe side. But I did read that you can subtract half of those. So like, let's say this said isotol instead of erythritol. It said isomalt instead of erythritol. I would just take off 1.5 of them instead of all 3. So then you would end up eating 1.5 carbs per 30 chips. Because you always want to make sure you're reading the serving size. The only reason why I said you can eat this whole bag is because it's 0 net carbs. But if it does have carbs, pay attention to the serving size, because like, I know ketchup, it's like a tablespoon per carb. So if you're eating like 3 or 4 tablespoons and you're like, oh, it's only 1 carb. Yeah, 1 carb per serving, or 1 net carb per serving. So just make sure you're paying attention to the serving size in what you are eating. And something else I wanted to mention was that I did get keto flu. Now, keto flu, it felt horrible. I had cramps, I had dizziness, I felt weak. I felt so weak. I had headache all day. I was stuffy. I felt constipated. It was just disgusting. And what a lot of people told me to do was to eat avocados, and that did help a lot. But then since I was constipated, I also did a saltwater flush. So I did Himalayan saltwater flush. And Himalayan salt is really good for you when you are doing keto. You have to keep your salt intake very high, or pretty high, not very high, pretty high. So when I did do the Himalayan saltwater flush to cure my constipation, it actually helped me tremendously with all of my symptoms. The next day I didn't feel weak anymore. I didn't feel nauseous anymore. I didn't feel constipated anymore. The Himalayan salt just helped a lot. So 3 things that people always say to eat when you're on keto are Himalayan salt, avocados, and pickle juice. I have not personally tried the pickle juice, but I have heard that it's very helpful when you do get keto flu. Whenever I'm feeling sick, or CJ's feeling sick, we just have an avocado with Himalayan salt on top and a little lime. It just helps us out a lot to not get to that feeling again of feeling like bleh. It doesn't happen that often. I do know that it happens mostly in the beginning of your keto journey. Like, I got it 2 weeks after keto started. But yeah, so that is where I'm at right now. I will post before and after pictures now. I just wanted to say thank you again to all of our subscribers. Make sure to like this video. Comment below what type of content you want to watch. I am going to do recipes content, or like recipes and what we eat and stuff. I just didn't want to just make that our first video because I did want to introduce myself, how I started and all of this. So if you have any questions about me or want me to make anything specific, just let me know. We are going to make pizza this Friday, keto-friendly pizza. It's only 3 grams of net carbs, so that's going to be really yummy. We did make it once before. I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notified whenever we do post videos, and have a great day.